Imagine you had a large glass jar and you filled it up with rocks. Most people would agree that this jar is full. Clearly, there's not room for more rocks. However, is there room for other things? For example, imagine I wanted to add some smaller pebbles. I could take and pour a jar of small pebbles into this jar of larger rocks. The pebbles would fill the space created by the gaps between the larger rocks. So, I ask you again, is the jar full now? We could still add sand. The sand would again fill those gaps created by the larger rocks and the smaller pebbles. Those filled all the gaps and filled up the bowl. Imagine the reverse of this situation. What if I began by filling the jar with sand? If my jar was originally full of sand, there's not going to be room for the large rocks or the pebbles. You might wonder, what does this really mean? Why are you watching this in relationship to time management? The key is priorities. The large rocks represent the priorities in your life. Hopefully you realize at the end that if the large rocks were not put in the jar first, it would have become filled up with pebbles or sand. The same thing happens with our lives. If we don't put the most important things in, they tend to be filled up by the clutter, the small things that aren't as important. So as you think about time management, you need to ask, what are your priorities? Is school a priority? And if so, are you putting these priorities in your jar first?